Well, hello, and today is Thursday, and I figured the last couple days I've been doing some stock things. Repurposed some footage I had from Cabana Bay Beach Resort to cheer us all up, thinking about the cold weather coming, and envision going down the lazy river at Cabana Bay Beach Resort. You can watch that video right here. Before that, I showed my Acaso V50 Pro action camera footage from my hike at Spraybrook, which turned out pretty good. Audio is not great, but I also was speaking on top of the audio, not in front of the audio. So we'll test that out later too to see if it's different depending which way the microphone is facing as well too. And of course we had our hike, but we haven't had too many days at home in a while. So today is definitely a home day. What am I doing today? Well, I'm hungry, so let's have some breakfast first off. I think today we're just gonna have an easy day and take away all of our stress, all of our concerns by baking. Join me today to see what we're gonna make for breakfast and beyond. To the kitchen. I have some cinnamon French toast here on the frying pan, so that'll be a good start to the day. Making some nice breakfast. There's our finished product. Warm, cinnamony goodness. Got through that one as you saw. I couldn't wait. Oh, it's delicious, especially with that Moore's real maple syrup. Baking item number 2. Chocolate chip cookies. Okay, so we've gone ahead and we've added some ingredients to the mixing bowl. Got some brown sugar, some granulated sugar, some butter. And in a separate bowl we have our flour mixture, which includes salt, flour, and I believe baking soda. So we're going to go ahead and start mixing. Then we're going to add in some eggs. And before you know it, we're going to have cookie dough. Definitely starting to mix together nicely here. We've added in some eggs. Mix it all up. Now we're going to go ahead and start adding in our flour mixture, which will complete the batter. Of course, the final step once the batter is made is to add the chocolate chips. I would say we have cookie dough. That's looking pretty good. Had a little flour mishap where I kind of dropped it a little bit as I was dumping it in and it sort of went all over the place, but I've cleaned that up for the most part. Anyway, let's go ahead and form these into the shape of the cookies while the oven's heating up. Then we can throw these in the oven, and before you know it, we're going to have hot and delicious chocolate chip cookies. Okay, these ones are just about ready to go into the oven. I think some maybe are a little too big, but we're going to find out. I still have all this batter left, so I went back to the package to find out how many I actually am making. I am making 5 dozen. So there's my first dozen. Okay, I'll have a lot of cookies to freeze. That'll be good. So, alright, see ya. And there is the first batch. Oh my, these are looking really good. And just think, only 4 more sheets to go after this. I'll have cookies in the freezer forever, but these are looking so good. So good. Alright, well, they're still cooling, but how can you resist a taste test? So, 1 cookie, 1 test, a glass of milk to wash it down, of course. Let's give it a first bite. Oh man, they're soft. They're not overly done. They're like what you get at like the store, like you got like a Toll House cookie or something like that. These are. Look at that. That is perfect. These are perfect. So let these cool. Next dozen's in the oven right now. Should have some milk. And those cookies turned out really great, wouldn't you say? I got about 4 dozen, not 5 dozen. As you can see, I made some, a little bit bigger than others. These ones are kind of big. This one's not so much. But they look good. So I'll freeze up the ones I don't want for now, eat through a bunch of these this week. I think this was a success, so thumbs up to me for making these chocolate chip cookies from scratch. Thank you, Nestle. Well, it's raining again. Gray, Cold, rainy. It was so nice earlier, too. Blue skies, as we saw when I was having my breakfast. Oh well. Let's go make some dinner. So I'm going to try something unique here. I have no idea if this is going to work out, and honestly, it's probably really not that unique, but I'm not following any recipe. I have 3 bone-in pork chops I wanted to use up. I like bone-in pork chops. They're really good. And I decided to season them, with your typical salt, pepper, maybe even add a little garlic powder, onion powder, just to give them a little kick. But then I said, hey, I got 3 of them. Why don't we try pork chops 3 ways? They're not really 3 different ways per se, but they are definitely 3 different sauces. Let's take a look. Okay, first off, don't these pork chops look really great? Regardless, first one here is going to be a teriyaki pork chop. Second one, you can probably guess, a sweet and sour pork chop. So we have teriyaki, sweet and sour, orange ginger, sweet and sour, teriyaki. Those are ready to throw in the oven and baked up. I hope that they're good. We'll see. Like I said, not following a recipe, just trying to be creative. I have nothing else to do today, so let's have some fun. Alright, oven is ready. Pork chops are ready. In we go. Say goodbye, pork chops. You're going in. Alright, we will see you in 20 minutes to see if this experiment was a success or a failure. You might be noticing this over my shoulder here, because today is a big day. Tonight, the NFL is releasing its schedule for the fall. Will the games be played? We don't know, but at least will give us something to look forward to. So, what are you betting on? How many primetime games will the Buffalo Bills have this season? I'm going to go with 3. 3 primetime games. Anything less, I think, is kind of disrespectful to where they are last year, where they're going to be this year, and the talent they have on that team. So I'd be okay with 2. I get 2, but 1 or 0 in particular. 0 is just an absolute insult. 1 is definitely disrespectful. 2 is manageable. 3, though, I think that's where it should be. That should include at least a Sunday night game and a Monday night game. I'm also anticipating at least a home game with that as well, too. These aren't all going to be on the road. So we shall see tonight when the schedule is released. Am I right with a 3? Will the NFL disrespect the Bills and give them 0 or even 1? We will find out. All right, out of the oven, and I would say those are actually looking pretty good. There's our teriyaki, sweet and sour, orange ginger. So I think those cooked up nicely. So definitely glad I have the tinfoil down on there, obviously, to protect the pan. As you see, like some of the burned sauce that ran off, but I think these look good. So these are just going to finish resting, and then we're going to eat. All right, so we're going to go ahead and give these a try. Got them all laid out here, as you saw. Oh, need a fork. Be right back. Okay, got them all laid out. I also made some peas. I'm not going to eat all those tonight, obviously, but those will be saved for the next couple days, which is great. That's the plus about making them all at once. That way you have warm-ups for the next couple days. So, all right, we are going to start with the orange ginger. So let's go ahead and take a look and see how that pork chop turned out. These were thin bone-in pork chops. Alright, so cooked up nicely. No pink, or at least nothing like really bad pink. Alright, here we go. Yeah. You can taste the orange sauce in there. You can taste all the other extra little spices I put in there as well, like some garlic powder. Yeah. That's really good. So I'll say the orange ginger is a pass. So we're on our way. Have a drink of iced tea. All right. Up next, we're going to try the teriyaki. Coming out. Looking good as well. Nice and cooked to my liking. Some extra sauce on there from the top. Just dab it on there. Okay. Let's see. Teriyaki. That's really good. So the sauce has worked its way into the entire part of the meat. It's cooked into it. It just has a nice teriyaki. I like teriyaki anyway. This has a really nice flavor of teriyaki. We'll do one more bite of this one. I'm gonna say pass. That's 2. Not bad. More iced tea. So that just leaves sweet and sour. I can't imagine this one's gonna be bad, but you never know. Let's go ahead and cut off a nice healthy piece here. You can see that nice sauce on there. All right, last one. Here we go. Is this gonna be a 3 for 3? That's 3 for 3. Not really sure why I was so worried about all this, but it all turned out great. Sweet and sour might be my favorite, actually. It definitely, the sauce worked on that well, and definitely tastes sort of like the sweet and sour pork you might get at a Chinese restaurant, but that's really good. But it's hard to say. I really like all 3, but probably it's the sweetness of this one is really coming through. Yeah. So, alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish eating these and see how far, if I have any left over, I'll save it for tomorrow. Have some peas as well, and then we'll wrap this up for the day. But what an exciting day between French toast, chocolate chip cookies, and now pork chops, 3 different sauces. Like, awesome. Hey, look, the sun's out. What a strange day. Strange indeed. So the pork chops were really good. I'm not really sure why I was so worried about that. I mean, I've made sauce covered pork chops before, but maybe I had 3 of them going at the same time. I wasn't so sure. After eating them all, and yes, I did finish all 3, I have to say the orange ginger was my favorite. That had the most consistent flavor all the way through, the most unique flavor out of the 3, and really it was the tastiest. Coming in at number 2 was probably the sweet and sour, just because I liked the sweetness of it, and sweet and sour pork is one of my favorite dishes to order from takeout Chinese restaurants. And then teriyaki, again, this was in 3rd. That's like saying that, it's, the 3rd best player on your hockey team, after your goalie, your center, and your defenseman. Which one is number 1, right? You need a best defenseman, best forward, and a best goalie. So the sun's out again, as you saw. Who knows? Still have this beard, though, right? We're almost to 3 weeks. Haven't got rid of the neck beard part yet. That way, we want to watch this grow in. But it's looking pretty good. As is the hair. So that haircut I gave myself, still looking pretty good. So I guess you can say I'm surviving and thriving. I won't say that again. Anyway, I got the dishes in the dishwasher. You might be able to hear that. We're get those all nice and clean so we're ready to go for tomorrow. But today was a great day. Started out with some delicious cinnamon French toast. We made some awesome chocolate chip cookies. And we finished with some delicious pork chops and some frozen peas. Peas are probably my second or even first favorite vegetable. I just really love peas. If I wasn't going to pick peas as my number 1, I would probably pick green beans. But boy, those hit the spot perfectly. So finish here and get ready for the schedule release. It's a few hours to go, and I know we don't know for certain that there will be any NFL games, but it's exciting to start thinking about. I think the Bills are going to be at least 11-5 this year. I've been saying that since January. Okay, so I want to be on record here as well. 11-5 at least. Okay, they're definitely going to win the AFC East. They're definitely going to be in the playoffs again. They are in prime position here. They have a 2 to 3 year window, I would say, where they need to get it done. So this might be our time. So we'll find out. But hope you like my Mario shirt, and like that, I am off to another castle to see what other adventures we might find. So I'll see you next time. Have a good day, everyone.